Oh, yeah. Pray first or flag first? Oh, we pray last.
Yeah.
So are we starting? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Let us pray. God, at first, I want to thank you for what you did this weekend. I know we had some tragic fires and some things that burned quite a few acres of land, but God, you protected our first responders. And Lord, I thank you for that. Lord, thank you for being in our area and just doing what you do, God, each and every day. Lord, I pray for rain. I pray for everything that's going on in our military, for the U.S. God, I pray for wisdom as we make decisions, as people in power make decisions for our state, for our county, for our country. God, I pray that you give us the wisdom that only you provide. Lord, be with us today. Lead, guide, and direct us in everything that we do. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, anybody have any questions on the bills?
I move to pay the bills as presented.
Okay, we have a motion and second to pay the bills. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Did Kathy email us payroll?
No, we don't have any.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, any item 5, any additions or corrections to our last commissioners?
No
court?
corrections to the April 11th meeting.
Okay, great, thank you. Item 6, any public comments?
No.
No. Item 7, consider, discuss, approve any and all items necessary or pertaining to the county jail.
I have 46 inmates today, 36 males and 10 females. Is this where I need to talk about the budget amendment?
We've got that on the item, an item on the agenda, yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay, thanks. And everything else was good at the jail? Nope. Okay, perfect, thank you. Item 8, consider, discuss, approve any and all items necessary or pertaining to the county courthouse.
Doing some painting and I don't know.
Did we repainted the courtroom?
The courtroom's been painted and we'll do down the halls, marble. Eventually do all the painting to this color, correct?
This color may be a little lighter out in the halls, not sure. I like it.
I don't know how much, Eddie was gonna buy some more paint, so I don't know how much he's got so far, but.
Good. Okay.
I don't have anything else.
All right, thank you. Item 9, consider and or approve paying certified peace officer for May the 7th and May the 24th elections.
So this is something new and that just started in 22 and we didn't budget for, but we have to have a certified peace officer and Eddie is not a certified peace officer. So last election, Sheriff Kemp helped us and they're really busy and kind of short staffed. So I talked to him about one of his reserve officers and he said that would be good. So I reached out to them. And so I have one for May the 7th and May 24th. And the rate of pay that is on our listserv is somewhere between $35 and $40. I thought 35 would be a good starting place, but I need approval for that.
Now, what do? Do they just set during the whole election?
No, just on election night, they'll be here from 7 until
Oh,
we finish
You
to
finish.
make sure we're not doing anything wrong,
Okay.
that everything is returned and that he doesn't, or the person doesn't see anything that we're doing that's not right.
Okay,
in the
that makes
right.
sense.
I'll make a motion that we do that for $35 an hour.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Is the same person going to do both?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, item 10 is to consider and or approve budget amendment and increase the jail fuel amount to $7,500. Now you're up, Monica.
She called me when she was doing the bills last month and said that we were $1,800 over. I moved 2,000 from our jail building maintenance line over to the fuel line to cover that. So we're gonna continue to have to move money over every month until the budget is over. If we don't put some more money in that fuel budget.
Alicia, do you have anything to add?
Yes, after looking into it a little more thoroughly, there is still about $41,000 left in jail building maintenance and $32,000 left in equipment repairs. Last year we left about $62,000 left in those two line items. So I think that for right now, we probably should just keep moving money over rather than amending the whole budget.
Okay,
And I printed off their expenditure reports if y'all want a copy of it.
yeah, sure.
Is that because of rising fuel costs?
That's part of it, and we're doing a lot more transports. I mean, you can see there's a lot more movement coming in and out of jail. There's a lot more arrests. If we have to go pick up somebody in Colorado, California, that jail fuel line can be very quickly. Ours is only $5,000 to start with, so especially at the cost of gas right now, it doesn't take long.
And I'm not saying that eventually it might not need to be
Right.
done, but I think maybe for right now, we could just continue.
Yeah, we still have a lot of money in the building maintenance, and hopefully we won't have to use that.
Like I said, I looked at last year and there was still, I mean, quite a bit of money left over at the end of the year. You know, but I mean, I don't, something could come up that we would need
Yeah,
that,
it's just
so.
one of those things that if plumbing issues. Stuff
Right.
like that do. And we have had the plumbers from Allen's Plumbing over 3 times in the last, I'll say month, maybe even 4 times. And plumbing can eat up very quickly. So we just need to keep in mind that if something does happen, anytime it comes to fixing anything over there, it can.
Right.
So basically, we're deciding to amend now with the possibility of increase is what's being proposed
The
here.
request was.
The auditor, Alicia's suggesting that we just move money.
Right.
Line item thing.
For now.
Okay.
So would it be better for me just to request one big lump sum? Instead of trying to move money over every 2 months?
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would just move, if you want the 7,500, just move it from maintenance, or there's an equipment repair to line item that has quite a bit. And then, you know, maybe in August, it'll be like, no, we've got to have this extra fuel money or something. But for right now, I think it's more conservative to just kind of move the money around if
Right.
it's there.
Yeah. Because if by chance, let's say the plumbing did go crazy and we had to, the emergency, we could amend it we could amend the plumbing,
Do like an
the
emergency.
building for that. Yeah. Okay,
We could.
that makes sense. Thank y'all.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Alicia. So
So
no action. No? All right, item 11 is to consider and or approve resignation of Edie Bradford, FCH agent. So last meeting, Edie came and visited with y'all, and she has submitted her letter of resignations. We just need to make that formal.
Make a motion, we accept the resignation of Edie Bradford.
I'll second it.
It's effective May 1st. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? With regret?
I miss her.
Yes. But I'm excited for her opportunities. All right, item 12 is to consider and or approve any ARP grant projects, but we haven't met. And so we need to have a meeting at some point in the future, but we don't have any projects to consider. So no action on that. Item 13, consider and or approve resolution allocating funds to revenue loss. So in order for us to, the treasury came out with that, if you got 10 million or less than 10 million, you could allocate all of your ARP funds to revenue loss, but they have to have a resolution from the Commissioner's Court that says, yes, that is what we want to do with our funding. And it cuts the reporting from large amount of time to a shorter period of time.
And it gives us more flexibility.
Yes,
in
much
money,
more
too.
flexibility. So that resolution, it just is a lot of whereases, and it does state the amount of money we received. But then it says, be it resolved that the Commissioners Court of Hutchinson County hereby approves the entirety of the county's ARPA fund allocation to be utilized and reported within the standard allowance category to offset the county's lost revenue due to the pandemic, and that these funds should only be used in compliance with 602C and 603C of the Social Security Act and the Treasury's regulations implementing that section and guidance.
Just a quick question. So if it says the word entirety, does
Yes.
that mean we can't use it for anything else?
Well, if we designate the whole amount lost revenue, then we have the flexibility to use
Okay.
that more broadly.
I get what you're saying.
Yes, then if we continue to use some of it as like ARPA funds, then there's a lot of strings to that.
Okay.
Yeah, stipulation.
So I move to approve the resolution allocating funds to revenue loss, the ARP funds.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? It's just me and you that sign. All right, item 14 is to consider and or approve Big Creek burn plans. I did email those out to y'all. Did you see them? Okay. Jerry, did you want to speak to that?
So Big Creek has submitted a burn plan to the county under our mitigation policy, especially under a burn ban. They can submit a burn plan to the county, which has to be approved by the Commissioner's Court. A burn plan is in summary of a burn plan. They submit that to the county. What it does is it gives us the ability to look at a burn window for weather and for resources to make sure that when they do a prescribed fire, in compliance with the burn ban, that they're meeting the right resource requirement and the right weather window to do this prescribed fire. Usually when people submit burn plans, it's kind of, like I said, it just kind of goes till whenever they can meet the resource requirement. Like I know Park Service burn plan is going to be ignitions on the burn, Fridge Fire Department. It's going to be working on firing. We have Crutch Ranch is going to be doing holding. So it's a coordination within all the agencies within the county to assist with the mitigation burn. That's why we have this with the burn plan.
Is it our responsibility to communicate to the residents about these burn dates?
So whenever they set a day, one that falls under the window, they have to make sure they notify any the owners of the property, if it's local government owned the burn, and then if it's any property that's directly adjacent to. So if like where this burn is actually right next to the church.
Yeah.
So they notify the church, hey, we got a weather window, we're gonna do a burn in 3 days. This is what's gonna happen. They also have to provide smoke management and all that. Because if it's impeding the roadways or anything like that, they have to adjust as needed when it comes to.
They're gonna burn a whole section, right?
160 acres, I think.
Oh, 460.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I said it's whenever they put a burn plan on file, doesn't mean that they're even gonna burn it. I know they try to look at the best possible time to burn. That gives you the biggest window for providing a buffer to a community. Or in their case, if it's going to be for, say, the cattle, reproduction of cattle, whatever they're going to do. One of the reasons that this is classified as a mitigation burn is the two communities, or the communities to the west of the burn, are actually in our hazard mitigation plan as communities at risk. we can classify that as hazard mitigation as well, and it's not even just agricultural or anything like that, but as hazard mitigation as well.
They can't burn unless humidity's just right. Has to be
That's in the
above.
burn plan,
Yeah.
that everything has to meet a prescription in that burn plan, so if it's out of the prescription and something happens, that means they're liable for the burn.
Oh, yeah.
It keeps the whoever's doing the burn boss in check on making sure everything is in order. You got the resources that you say you're gonna need, like we need, like Crutch Ranch, Fridge Fire Department, National Park Service, they'll all, in the burn plan, have to be there on site before they can go ahead.
So would our program, when they decide to do that, would our program that does our texting about weather and stuff, would it be able to isolate just precinct 2?
Yeah.
Could you send that out when that day happens, or if you don't mind?
Yeah, we can do a public notification, non-emergency public notification.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd love to.
Brightburn.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you. I move to approve the Big Creek burn plans.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Thanks, Jerry. All right, item 15 is to consider and or approve burn ban or rescind the burn ban.
The driving license is currently 586. Pick it up.
What's the weather look like this week? More wind?
It's a little cooler. We get a little bit of break, but then we're gonna get some warm weather, warm wind.
Great. All right, 16, consider and or approve disposal of obsolete office equipment. I have one request from the Sheriff's Department to dispose of a four monitors.
So move.
Second,
I'll second it.
motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item 17, accept certificates of completion from elected or appointed officials.
I do not have any.
Okay. 18, consider and or approve request for the use of the club rooms at the Border Library or Fritz.
I have none right now.
I just have the early voting that started today
Okay,
for this month.
the button downstairs too?
Mhm.
Okay. I can do that. Item 19, consider and or approve line item changes, transfers and or budget amendments.
I have a couple, actually. One, the library had received a $2,500 donation back in January, I believe. And they decided what they wanted to use those funds on, so they just asked that be added into their equipment line item so that they could purchase some tables and chairs for the young adult section.
Okay.
Y'all want to do them individually? or-
No, let's just.
And then I did one just this morning. I didn't get it emailed out to you, but I've got copies of them if you would like copies.
Sure.
Thank you.
And this is the amendment for the new funds that I had to set up for Senate Bill 41.
Oh, I think I have your email.
And this just puts money in the line items so that those funds would be able to use those funds. So I had to set up four new funds because of Senate Bill 41. I've gotten all of the fees collected in each one of those funds from January 1st, because that's when the bill went into effect. So we've got all those funds reclassified over, and this is just the amendment to move money into the expenditure line items and the revenue line items
Okay.
for budgeting.
Those are all part of a court cost, a new court cost?
Yes. There's a local consolidated fee that each clerk and JP collect, and then a portion of that consolidated fee is for each of these little bitty fees.
Okay,
And so these 4 new ones, they can only be used for certain items. We will create Fund 40 for court facility fee. These funds can only be used for the construction, renovation, or improvement of facilities that house the courts. There's a Fund 53 that's set up for language access. This can only be used to provide language access services like translators or, converting
Mhm.
documents into Spanish or something along those lines. Fund 54 is the county jury fund. These funds can only be used for jury reimbursements or other jury services. And then there is a Fund 55 called the Judicial Education and Support Fund. And these funds collected can only be used for the continued education of the judge and staff of the probate court.
okay, thank you. Anything else?
And then I have just, for just informational purposes, I did a couple of line item transfers. One for juvenile probation and one for election, just moving money from one line item to another.
Okay. Y'all have any questions? Have a motion for that?
I move to approve line item changes, transfers, and budget amendments, including
No, second it.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Item 20, consider and or approve advertising, opening, accepting, or awarding bids.
And we still just have the elevator bid that is open. It closes on Thursday. Opening of those bids will be at 10 a.m. in my office on Thursday, the 28th.
Okay,
We've received 2 bids so far. And then once we open the bids at 10, they will be available in my office for review by anybody who would like to review them, and then action will be made on them.
okay, great. Thank you. Item 21, consider and or approve donations to Hutchinson County.
I made a donation of a podium. It's in your office.
It's in my office.
And so it was only $100.
Okay.
Did I need to say that?
Yeah.
It was cheap.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept that donation?
I'll make a motion to accept Dwight's donation.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Thank you, Dwight. We'll get someone to put it together. Ben?
Oh, you didn't donate the help to put it
I'll
together?
put it, sure. Anything I can do to help, Ben,
didn't bring it.
I'll put it together. I'll put it.
Oh, it's in my office.
Yeah, but Ben wants to amend his, or Gary wants. to-
Right, his vote. We did pretty good on the tables now.
Yeah, and you get to keep the cardboard
Oh,
box.
boy. All right, item 22, accept reports from elected or appointed officials.
I have several from Edie Bradford and Derek Williamson, extension agents, January, February, March reports. And then I have Dwayne's report from March the 28th through April the 24th. And that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. Item 23, discussion of county judges and commissioners precinct daily operations. Anything?
They still haven't finished up the hangar door. They're still working on it. We got a meeting on May the 3rd. The engineers on the new runway. They're going to discuss their operation. It's at 11 o'clock at the airport.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody got anything?
This time.
Okay. Item 24, consider and or approve sale of struck off tax properties. We have a few. Our first one is located at 0 Lago Vista Via in Stinnett. Submitting an offer of $300 has been made by Lorna and Leslie Lincoln. Taxes haven't been paid from 87 to 2009. They were struck off in 2008 to 2014. And the property was appraised at $630 per lot. And they bid $300. It looks like yes, because they've all these lots, so $300 total. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots. It looks like. Did you look at that, Ben?
Which one did
Or this might be, this, did you get this, Dwight?
What was the address?
0 Laga Vista Via, it's at Retreat Del Plano.
That's not mine.
That would be,
Is that in Bugby area?
mhm,
I didn't get this.
okay. It looks, this is what it looks like,
Beautiful.
right?
Hmm,
Do you want to table it since no one's looked at it?
that's yours, Dwight.
Yes.
So Brenda didn't send you that
I
one?
got 3, but not this one. Yeah, I didn't get this one.
Okay. Well, we could table that one to give you a chance to look at it, or can you pull that up, Jerry?
If it's just vacant land, but
They're so hard to find.
yeah, I'd like to look at it. I hate to prolong the waiting, but I'd like to put my eyes on it.
Yeah, let me
personally.
see if, Jerry, does this help you any? It says, well, lots 27, 28, 29, 44, 45, 46, all in Unit 2, Retreat Del Plano. But then on the location, it has, Lago Vista, Lago Vista Via.
I usually have to call Dwayne to see where I'm at when I get out there because I'm confused.
It's hard to find your way around that.
Yeah, it is.
Like those with no address, I just go by the appraisal district and they print you off a map.
Oh, one time I was looking at a property and I asked Dwayne, I said, I'm right over here. And I gave him the address. He said, oh, you're in Dallas, Texas. I said, oh, I drove too far.
Oops,
Just
missed a
kidding. That
turn.
never happened.
It's 0 Lago Vista Via. Lago Vista Via, VIA. I'm probably not saying that right.
I never heard of that one.
Or the other one's NAVA, Nava de Benedita.
Is there a
Via?
parcel ID?
If he's gonna look at it, it doesn't really, we can.
Yeah,
Find
we
it later.
I can go look at it.
No,
$100 a lot for $300.
Looking at, Judge? It's in the same.
oh, it's in the same.
Area, so it's right in this. I got
So
this number
these
for you.
43, 44, 45,
And there's 20.
no, 45, 44, 45, 46 are on it.
Right, and then that
29, 28, 27.
Mhm,
Yeah, 27, 28, 29. These, so that's it right there.
mhm. And because there's the road.
And these are the lots that we were looking at.
Yes, that's the ones that they own. And this
Uh,
is where they were wanting to put the power supply through there.
Oh,
Does that have a parcel ID?
90531, 90532. We can just let, thanks, Wayne. We can just let Dwight check that out. And we'll table it till next time. How about that? Okay. All right, the next
We're gonna make
property.
a motion.
Oh, yeah, I need motion, sorry.
I moved to table that property till I can look at it.
Okay, great.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, the next property is located at 818 Morris Avenue in Stinnett. So that is yours, right, Ben?
That's mine.
Okay, the bid was $2,000 made by Bobby and Deanna Williams. Taxes have not been paid since '89. It was struck off in 2002 and appraised at $3,300.
That is just vacant lots. Nothing there. It's a couple trees. That's about it. One block off Main Street. Seems to me like this has come up before on these lots. I think I looked at these one time a month ago. But
The people that bid on it didn't come through or?
something happened because I remember looking at these before.
Uh-huh.
Did I make a motion to accept $2,000 bid on these?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. And then the next property is 603 Eagle Boulevard. Submitting an offer of $1,000 has been made by GQ Homes. Taxes have not been paid since 2010. The property was struck off to the entities on March 14th. The appraisal district appraised the property at $32,800. That's yours.
It does, similar to the other bids. I serve with this lady on the EPC board, so I need to abstain.
Did you go out and look at this property?
I did look at it before I realized who it was.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really know, when you abstain, you can't really deliberate legally on any of
Okay.
that.
Do one of you guys want?
Table it, I can go look at it since I've done that for the other ones.
Okay,
And I apologize. I kind of set the precedent of abstaining from
sure.
the other board member, and I'd hate to now jump back on.
Okay, there are 3 properties by the same GQ Homes. So Chris, do you want to look at all 3 of those and we'll bring them back to the meeting next time? Okay, so I need a motion on all 3 of these.
I'm good.
Make a motion, we table those 3 properties.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Okay, anybody have anything else? Next meeting is May the 9th, is that right? And then we have a special, we're going to need to have a special meeting to canvass the vote. And we've scheduled that for
The 17th.
May the 17th. Did y'all, and I heard from everybody but Ben, can you make that, Ben?
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Okay, all right, it'll be short because we just have to canvass the vote, but we'll do it at 9:30 also. So May the 9th, our next regularly scheduled meeting, I will not be here. So Chris is in charge. He can't wait.
I'm waiting for this.
I've been waiting. So if nobody has anything else, I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. It's my duty.
Okay,
Second.
motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?